What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Smitty, and I'm here with the last video of 2021. This has been my first full trading year, active trading year, shall I say. If you remember my very first video, I said I started a while back, I crashed and burned, went and learned, and now I'm back. This is my first full year back, and we're just going to take a look at some of my biggest winners of the year, biggest losers of the year, um, my plan for next year, which is kind of similar to my plan last year, but try to stick to it this time. But before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe to my video. You already know we're trying to make our way to 100 subscribers. Appreciate every one of y'all. But let's get into this. So my portfolio, as you can see, I'm gonna have it up this way, that way. My portfolio gained over the whole year of 120%. My biggest jump was in October. I was at 84% gain. I jumped up to 126% gain overall in my portfolio. My biggest decline was in November to December, which it dropped from that roughly 126 or really 128 maybe percent down to roughly 95 to 90% gain. Pretty steep drop almost. Not as steep as my climb up, but you know what goes up must come down, right? But that's when that pullback. In my previous video, I mentioned it was going to be a market pullback, roughly 3 to 5%, and that's what happened. And like I told you all, I have a lot of growth stocks in here. So when that market dropped, my portfolio got hit just a little bit harder than the market would have. But like I said, you see my portfolio is dropping. But then at the end of December, the Santa rally, my portfolio shoots back up. And growth stocks, they grow a little bit faster than the market, especially when your portfolio is mostly growth stocks. But my biggest winners of the year, start with Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. The electric vehicle is Elon Musk. His tweets were saying the stock's skyrocketing. Sometimes his tweets would drop the stock, but overall, I would say I'm up roughly 135% on Tesla for the year or overall. My second biggest winner, I would say BAYP, Bayport International Holdings. I believe it was my first, maybe second video when I told you I crashed and burned. I bought a stock. It ran up maybe like 70% or something like that. I forgot what the numbers were. And it might be like a couple 100% really. And I diversified. I sold that stock and I bought a whole bunch of little penny stocks. And this was one of them. That one did a reverse split. And I bought it for less than a penny. But I did a reverse split. So I had 100,000 shares that ended up being like 10 shares for like $1. And then it ran up to $10. Me, eager to get out of there, I sold that at a 100% return. Stock ended up shooting to $33. So I could have had a 333% return. But I got out when I saw fit. I met my price target. I was out. Third biggest winner of the year is Shiba Inu. That's a cryptocurrency. I've been watching. They're trying to make it more accessible and on more trading platforms. And they also been trying to find more functionalities for Shiba Inu. And they also been burning Shiba Inu, which means getting rid of some of those coins that's out there to limit the supply to make it a little bit more rare. And the more they do that, the higher the price will go. I believe I'm up on that. Like at one point I was up 500% on that. But as the price started declining, I started adding to my portfolio for the long run. I'm gonna hold this as long as I can. Hopefully it can be like the next Dogecoin. If it does that, hey, we get money. That's all I'm gonna say. So those are my three biggest winners for 2021. My biggest losers, ticker symbol AVPT, AvePoint. It was a blank check company who I did a merger, and they are the biggest partner for Microsoft. Good company, positive revenue, but horrible management team. Not management team, but promotional team. There's no promotions about it. There's no advertisement about it. So the company's not doing the best. Let me say the stock isn't doing the best. The company is doing great, but it's just not reflecting over into the stock numbers. I think I had a 50% loss in there, which was one of my actually pretty biggest holdings at one point. And like I said in my last video, for my 3 biggest mistakes, not having my trailing stop loss, because I was up in that play 30%, and I could have sold out and then bought back once it hit the bottom. But me being greedy, saying, "Oh, I can make some more money, or it'll come right back up," and being emotionally attached to these plays, I didn't sell that one with my trailing stop loss. At least not at an appropriate time. So that was my biggest loss on that one. My second one was Bio Nanogenomics. They are a genome. They're like a DNA sequencing company. So they put some of your DNA in a machine. They read it, lets you know kind of the best medicine for your biological self, and it's gonna help cure a lot of diseases and a lot of sicknesses in the people in the future. I have a video on it in the past explaining exactly what their Sapphire does and exactly what the company does. So you can go back and take a look at those. But only reason I have a loss on this one necessarily is because, one, they have a horrible marketing team as well, just like AvePoint, great company, and in the future they will be doing big things. But at the time, right now, horrible marketing team. But I sold it early in my main portfolio so I can hold it in my fast growth portfolio. So I'm holding it in there. I am at a little loss on that as well, but I'm holding that for the long run. I'm probably going to get. I'm learning my calls, options, inputs, and stuff. And I'm thinking about doing one long term on there at $3. But this is, like I said, I'm not telling you to hold, buy, or sell. I'm not no financial advisor. This is all for entertainment, of course, and what I'm doing and what I think. Everything's subject to change. Nothing is permanent in the stock market. But just holding that for a couple of years, allowing the market to catch up with the genome. My plan for next year: stay consistent with everything that I do. Trading, working out, reading the Bible, everything. Gotta stay consistent. Because when you stay consistent, that brings you results. You feel me? You're not gonna get results by doing something one time, right? You have to continuously do something to get those results. So I'm gonna continue to trade. I'm gonna stick with my plans. I wrote all of my rules down. I have them in a book. I'm gonna stick with them. Trailing stop losses, everything. So what I'm gonna do is my money for my growth stock plays. Once I hit a certain percentage, at least 25%, I'm gonna put a trailing stop loss on. So that way I at least get out. If it drops, it drops. I'll get back in at a lower price. But I have that win right there, that 25% gain right there. So I might buy the same stocks and keep that extra 25% and just keep that on the side. So that way I can put them in my slow growers or stocks that I know for a fact are going to be going up. Something like an Apple or maybe Facebook. You know what I'm saying? As well, my my winnings from my growth plays, I'm be putting them towards my dividend plays. And I am going to make a video coming up about how to get paid in dividends every month from the stock market. And so that's what I'm going to work on, because I'm working on passive income for the long run. But right now, my main goal is growing my portfolio. as I grow my portfolio, then once it gets a certain size, I'll have half of my portfolio dividends, other half maybe growth stocks. So half of it is growing fast, the other half is reinvesting for that passive income. That's just my plans for 2022 and my recap of 2021. Drop it below in the comments. Let me know what's your plan on 2021. What's your plan for 2022 and how your trading year went for 2021. Let me know if you finish your portfolio above 100% from where you started last year, or if you're underneath it. Just let me know. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Ugh.